Hey guys, it's Noel here. Welcome along to today's live vlog, and I would just like to say thank you so much to everybody who's coming along to today. We've had a few little technical difficulties earlier on with the last time, so I hope this is going to go a little bit smoother. So I just want to say thank you so much guys for everybody who has come along to watch. Firstly, I just want to say a massive thank you to every single one of my subscribers. I'm just up to 21,000 subscribers now on YouTube this week, which is absolutely incredible. Just want to say thank you to every single one of you who subscribes and watches the videos that I'm doing each and every week for you guys, and it really means the world to me that you will comment on my videos, you enjoy watching them and things. So just thank you so much for that, really. And I wanted to use this live vlog, the first one ever really, and the first of 2017 at least, to be able to go through and talk to you about what's coming up for 2017 with in-flight video. So, firstly, we have the latest flights basically that I've been taking. I've been up to Scotland in the last few days, up to Aberdeen, to fly up to there. It's my first time flying into Aberdeen, and the first flight with Aberdeen on in-flight video, that is coming to you this Friday, tomorrow. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. That's a very special flight because I have done that in collaboration with World Aviation HD, who is a fellow YouTuber who is Manchester based. You may have seen his videos. He's done quite a lot of full flight videos, incredible YouTube channel, and it was actually him that inspired me to start making full flight videos in the first place. So it's always an honour when I can actually film with him before. And this was no exception to that. So that's a great multi-angle flight that's coming for you tomorrow. Then flights down to London and back up to Manchester again coming as well in the next few weeks for you. In addition to that, we've got some great flights in the States coming up. We have, good evening guys, hello everybody, hi Harry by the way, hi Marcus, Ryan, Enes, everybody in the live chat. I'm just seeing you guys come online now, so hello everybody. If you've got any questions for me, please do drop them in the live chat. By the way, this is meant to be a bit of a feedback session as well, so anything like that, please do drop a message in the chat. So sorry, back to where I was talking about really. So we've got also loads of flights in the States coming up as well. Dallas to Seattle, Orlando, Denver, all coming up in the next few weeks. And Charlotte, of course, which is already filmed and will be released in the next few weeks, I think. I'm not really sure on the release date for that. If you are, by the way, a Patreon or patron of In-Flight Video on Patreon, you always get to see the videos before they come out on YouTube really, so you can see all of those videos already there, and obviously for everybody else they come out on YouTube every Friday as well. So in addition to that, I have got quite a few partner flights coming up as well. So you might have noticed that the last few weeks I've done quite a few with Southwest Airlines and things in the States. Other YouTube channels basically send me videos that they've filmed themselves, and I am sharing them for them on every Monday. We have Fan Flight Monday, which is essentially a chance for the YouTubers to get their videos featured on in-flight video. I'll be sharing those, and also it means more content for you guys as well, as the viewers watching them. I've got the next one of those is coming out on Monday, and that is with Aegean Airlines from Athens to Geneva. It's a 2.5-hour flight, and that is a great video courtesy of Alex Tsaka, who is going to be filming an awful lot for in-flight video over the next year. We were just talking about how we're going to work it all now, but essentially he's going to be flying a lot between Greece and Europe, and I'll be bringing those flights to you every week, as well as all the other flights. An absolute ton of flights coming, by the way. So will you fly to places like Japan from Marcus? I would love to go to Japan. I have never been to Japan in my life. There are a lot of them. If World Aviation HD, actually, that I mentioned earlier, has flown to Japan a few times, so if you want to check out his videos, that would be awesome. But from my point of view, I've never flown to Japan, but I would really like to, so I'm constantly on the lookout, and hopefully we'll be doing at some point over the next year or two, or maybe sooner, you never know. And how do you get UK ATC? I've done a little bit of a Tech Tuesday this week on that actually, and all about global tuners. And that basically is how I go about getting the air traffic control in the UK. If you want to check out that video, I will stick the link in the chat, in the live chat now in a few minutes of that video, as soon as I can dig it out anyway. And another one here, so we've got how do you stay in the places that you go to? If so, how do you afford it? Well, I don't really stay there. If I fly somewhere, I just basically normally take a flight to go and film it and then come back to the UK again within a few hours normally. So it's always a really quick trip. I've got a trip in November. I'm heading over to New York, and I am there for 2 hours and flying back to the UK. I will be getting the daytime flight over and the daytime flight back, so I'll be back in the UK in the late evening at least, with Norwegian on the 787 Dreamliner. So that's the sort of flight that I usually take. And if you follow Crazy Day Tripper on YouTube as well, he's our partner channel, I started doing live vlogs from when I do the trips as well, and they are all being shown on there. So hopefully, and of course if you follow me on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter too, you'll be able to see when I'm flying around the sorts of journeys that I'm taking. My first ever flight, Charlie Buxton, my first ever flight was in 1992. I was 11 years old, so I'm showing my age now, and it was on a British Airways brand new 767 over to Moscow from London on a school trip that we did, and that was what gave me my love of flying in the first place. Hi as well to Cessna and 64107. It was his flights that we did on recently on the Southwest Airlines from St. Louis to Dallas to Lubbock, Texas, and of course the Denver to Dallas flight a few weeks ago as well. They were his as well. And yeah, I'm really looking forward. Hopefully you will let me share some more of your flights as well, because it's great to be able to bring some flights from that side of the world as well. Back to the updates for now for in-flight video. I've got loads to get through, so I'm sorry if I'm talking a little bit fast. If you have any questions, of course, just drop me a message into the comments at the side here. Yeah, flights for 2017, I've mentioned, I've gone through all of those, and the featured flights as well. I'm also starting as well for those guys, including Cessna and 64107. I'm starting a members lounge site, which is kind of in development at the moment. It's going to be linked off of in-flight video, and basically it is like a private members section that will allow you to get early access to all of my videos, and basically other things as well, such as tracking our flights live. You'll be able to see like a departure board of all the flights that we have coming up and track them live. Features such as, we're hoping to implement things like text messages to you when we are flying, so you can just hopefully just press a button and track our flight live wherever you are in the world as well. That's going to be something that's included for all of our Patreon supporters, and so if you're supporting us on Patreon, you will all be getting a log on to that as well. And also for any guys that are contributing videos, of course, it is our pleasure to be able to feature those videos and want to give something back to you, so hopefully we can give that to you in the form of the members lounge. So that is coming soon, and basically watch this space. I will be putting a link out to that very soon. So my favourite plane, I have to say, is probably the 787 Dreamliner. I've flown on one once on LAN Airlines. It was from Madrid to Frankfurt, and it was incredible. We were flying at 43,000 feet. It was dark sky above us and the clear sky below us. Basically, it was perfectly smooth flight as well, and beautiful aircraft, really massive windows, and a really nice experience to fly on. I love the Dreamliner, and I'm looking forward to flying on Norwegians when I go to New York over there in September this year. What else have we got? Have you been to Seville? I've not been to Seville. I have been to nearby there though. We flew to Faro in Portugal a long while ago when we went on holiday to Costa de la Luz, which I think that's how you pronounce it, and that's kind of down near the Portuguese border, not a million miles from Seville. That's the closest I've got so far. I've not flown on Rini Airlines before. I am hopefully going to be doing that soon. I want to get to Jersey and Guernsey and do some of the island flights down there. It's a place I've never been, and will be a great day trip, I think, as well, from the UK. Edinburgh, I've flown out of there more times than I kind of care to remember, really. I can't remember how many times I have done, but I fly there an awful lot. Last time was a couple of years ago now, but I used to work quite a lot up in Edinburgh, so between Glasgow and Edinburgh basically, and I flew into both of those an absolute ton, really. Mid-flight emergency, the closest I've kind of got for Charlie Buxton, the closest I've got to a mid-flight emergency was on the Twin Otter flight that we did Recently we had an engine problem after we took off. We were heading to Barra. I was really looking forward to it. We got about half an hour out of Glasgow and we did a big U-turn and went back to Glasgow because we had an engine problem, which was really annoying and really disappointing, because instead of spending a day on the beach in Barra, I got to spend a day in the departure lounge at Glasgow Airport, which was not quite the same experience. Sean Walsh, transferring through Philadelphia, connecting from Vegas for flight home to Dublin. It's quite an easy place to transfer, actually, Philadelphia. It's quite a compact airport, really. All the gates are quite close to one another. If you're flying from the UK or from Europe to places in the US, so it's quite a nice airport to go through. And there is a fantastic pizza place there as well. We had amazing pizza just before we got on the flight home, which was really nice. Career outside of YouTube, sadly I do. I am an IT consultant by day, and I basically do IT computery stuff in the daytime, and then in my spare time is when I do YouTube. I literally am working constantly on that outside of that. I've also got a family as well, so sometimes you might notice a gap in the videos that I'm personally doing, and that's because I've got a young family here as well, so it's kind of trying to do my best to be a dad, really, which is the most important thing for me too. What else have we got here? Eastern Airways. I probably will be flying with Eastern Airways. Air Malta I've not flown on. Family come with me on the flight? Yes, sometimes. When we went to America, to Las Vegas, I went with my wife, and that was a weekend away to go and see a country music festival, from which this is the actual t-shirt that I got then. So for the ACM Awards in April last year, and the flights to Carcassonne was for a family holiday as well. Other than that, it's pretty much just me flying on my own. In the cockpit for a takeoff and landing, I used to have my pilot's license a long time ago. 2003 I lapsed, basically. It was too expensive to be able to continue doing that. So yes, I've been in the cockpit for takeoff and landing, and it's only in a small plane though, in like Cessnas and PA-28s as well. Flight simulator, again, I used to use that a lot. Glasgow Airport I have been to a ton. I am there again next month as well. Quite a few flights there. Harold Sassinix, I think I'm pronouncing that, please correct me if I am wrong. 787 or A350? Well, at the moment I only have the 787 to compare. I've never been on an A350. I'm desperately trying to change that. I am hoping to get on Finnair's A350 soon, or potentially Qatar Airways' A350 at some point this year, maybe next year. I am, fingers crossed, going to get on the A350 to give that a comparison, then I will be able to tell you. But for now, 787 is my favourite plane of all of them, really, to fly on. And in answer to Charlie's question, the nicest cabin that I've experienced, that will be on the 787 as well, although the A380 is quite nice. It's very spacious on the A380. The problem I find is that the windows on it are really not suitable for filming, so I don't tend to fly on them very often. Thomas, yes, I have been on an A380. I've been on 4. I flew with Air France to Singapore and back, and with Emirates to Australia and back, and they are fantastic airplanes, very nice and spacious inside, but I don't like the windows on them, and for filming full flight videos they're not the best, really. Schiphol Airport, Geert van der Voort, is my favourite airport, I have to say, in Europe to connect through and to visit. It's an amazing place, so I really do like Schiphol. And favourite location, well, I am a massive fan of the United States. I love to go there. I try to get there at least once or twice a year, and I'm there so far twice this year, maybe more depending on what happens. So yeah, America is definitely my favourite place to visit. In particular, Texas and Georgia are my 2 favourite states, so I really like that. In Europe as well, Norway, I absolutely love Norway too. Sorry if I have not got to your question. I'm just going through some of them to try and KLM A330. I've not been on one of those. This is for Reykjavik Planes. Hello there. Did you ever fly the old world business class on KLM on the A330? No, I haven't, and I've not flown long haul on KLM. And in fact, before last year, I had never flown on KLM before, and I just ended up flying on them like 6 times in the space of a year last year, and they've quickly become one of my favourite airlines. Ryanair or EasyJet. Oh, this is you guys are really trying to get me to take a stand on these things tonight. Ryanair or EasyJet? Well, I like Ryanair, and I might get shot down in flames for saying this. They are quite a good airline in my experience, and they are always on time in my experience. They're quite modern planes as well. They've improved that quite a lot in the last few years. They used to be not very good, but these days they're quite good actually. EasyJet are also very good. They're really one and the same, really. Flying to St Martin and through, that is amazing. If you feel like doing a full flight video of that, please drop me a message. I will be glad to try and set you up with something to help you out with that. Where will you go next? I am personally flying next time in to Glasgow in March, and then to San Francisco in June. But in the meantime, I've got in-flight video. We'll be bringing you a lot more full flights from in America. I mentioned before, we've got flights coming up to Seattle, Orlando and Denver in the next few weeks as well, and obviously loads within Europe as well. Swiss, I like Swiss quite a lot. I've flown on the CS100, so if you guys have seen the CS100 flight that I did with them as well, that was a really nice plane to fly on. No, I can't, not the whole flight because my GoPro can't handle the battery for 10 hours. I use a USB battery pack for that, and that's the one I've got actually. If I can dig it out, probably not right now, it's in my bag somewhere, but the USB battery pack that I have, well, basically it's an Anker E7 battery pack, and that lasts for 36 hours of filming. So, and they're only about £20 as well, £20–30. So they're really good value for money. If ever you feel like picking one of those up, I do recommend them. Hi Loris Maspero, hello, nice to see you in the chat. My longest ever flight was Manchester to Singapore, 13.5 hours long. I didn't film it, I wasn't filming in those days, it was about 11 years ago. But I did actually get some video of it, but it wasn't the entire flight by a long stretch. So if you look way back into my history, as one of my first ever flight videos was from Manchester to Singapore on Singapore Airlines. That was quite a long flight. How much is GoPro? The GoPro Hero 4 Silver, which is the one I have, was just under £200, I think, for that. Quite good value for money. The Hero 5, I've seen some videos from that. The sound quality is not the best on those, I'm finding, from what I've heard so far. It's still early days. I might consider upgrading it, but I think I would need to consider upgrading the microphone as well. ZVK Studios, have you ever flown to San Francisco? The approach is great. I am flying to San Francisco in June for the first ever time. I'm on United Airlines on a 747 out of Frankfurt, so that's about 12.5 hours long. Really looking forward to bringing that flight to you guys. I'm there just for the night and then going back home again. Miami in June. Fantastic, that's awesome. We've got some Miami flights coming, I think, soon as well. So Lance is going to be filming those for us over to Miami. Have you flown to Sydney, Australia, Billy? No, I've not flown to Sydney. I've been to Perth and to Auckland as well. And does the channel fund itself? Does it make enough money to pay for the flights? You know, I'm not really supposed to talk about that sort of thing, but basically it does. It covers itself, and that's pretty much it. Generally, from as we go along with it, really, and that's pretty much it. I am hoping to eventually, I would love to go full-time on YouTube. That is my long-term aspiration there, and to do that I'm going to have to bring you an awful lot more videos than I am now, and do a lot more travel than I am now. So let's see how that goes. With your guys' support, it is really appreciated to do that. Have you ever flown on the BA 318 flight, London City to Shannon to JFK? No, I've not. I would love to, though. So yeah, that's the answer to that one. And I think I'm really sorry if I've not got to your question, by the way. If anybody's put a question in that I've not answered, can I link the Anker E7? Yes, I will link the Anker E7 battery to you. I will dig that out for you and get the link over to you, Reykjavik Planes. I'll stick it in the live chat for you in just one moment. So yeah, thank you guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I'm going to kind of give it a call it quits in a few minutes and go and have something to eat because I'm not eating yet. I'm going to be doing these live vlogs and Q&As every Thursday going forward. So you may have noticed that actually I have started releasing. I'm just putting this link actually to this battery in the description. There we go, in the chat there. So if you're interested in the Anker E7 battery, that's it. Right, just there. So yeah, I'm going to be doing these live videos once every week now on a Thursday. You may have noticed that I'm doing daily videos now on YouTube. Monday, I'm still trying to work out the schedule. Monday, I'm going to be doing fan full flight fans. I'm not really sure what I'm calling anything yet. I'm just trying to work it all out. So if you've got any suggestions, let me know. So Monday is going to be fan full flights. Tuesday is Tech Tuesday, which I'm doing every week now going forward. Wednesday is time-lapse day. Thursday I'm doing live vlogging. Friday is full flight, and then Saturday and Sunday is takeoff on Saturday and landing on Sunday. That's kind of how I'm thinking about going forward with it, to bring you a video every day. Hopefully you guys watch it. Hopefully it's not too much. If I do start getting a little bit too much for you guys, please do not hesitate to let me know, and I will try and slow it down a little bit for you. Ryan William, give me a shout out please before you go. Please, 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 please. Yes, hi Ryan, nice to see you. I will be doing another Q&A next Thursday night as well, so same time, same place. Hopefully the technology will go a little bit smoother next week than it did this week. So thank you so much all for watching. So guys, thank you ever so much. If you would do me a favour and click like, share, subscribe and everything else that you guys do. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well, because I do post an awful lot on there these days. If you're not already following me on those, if you go to my YouTube channel page, there are links to all of those in there as well. And of course, big thank you as well to my patrons who support me on Patreon as well. They basically donate $1 upwards a video. It really is very much appreciated. It helps me to pay for the flights that I take for you guys, and it gets a massive range of benefits as well. You get to see early access to all of my videos and things as well, and access to this new members lounge that I will be bringing to you very, very soon and talking about in a further Tech Tuesday video, quite possibly. So guys, thank you so much again for watching today's video. I'm going to get going now and go and have something to eat and maybe have a can of beer as well. So thanks so much for watching guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.